The golden lab is one of the most common pets in Grow a Garden. Every 1 minute it has a 10% chance to dig up a random seed. And today I will be using only seeds it digs up to see how long it will take me to get to $1 trillion. But as you can see, I currently have no items, which means we need to get ourselves 3 golden labs. And thankfully on this account I have 238 common eggs. I'm pretty sure that will get us every single golden lab we are going to need. So we'll get 3 placed down. And now we can open them and hope we get golden labs. Well, that's not a golden lab. That's not a golden lab, but that is. But we're going to be needing a lot more than just 1 golden lab.
A few moments later.
We now have 6 golden labs ready to trade over and get started. But we will be starting off with only 4 golden labradors, and in 24 hours we will be getting an extra 2 to help our journey to the big $1 trillion. So we'll get them traded across and we'll get them placed down. What a surprise, the first seed they dug up was a carrot seed. Okay, let's see what they can get us in half an hour, because 1 carrot seed is not going to make us $1 trillion.
Many minutes later.
Okay then, well, we managed to get 10 carrot seeds and also 2 bamboo seeds. I mean, it's okay.
I mean, it's alright, like...
But it's definitely not anywhere near $10 trillion. Oh, a rainbow carrot already. Let's go. Oh, an orange tulip seed as well. Let's go. That's money right there. Oh, that's a massive orange tulip as well. This could be worth millions. But, of course, it's going to have some mutations first. So, let's see how long it takes to get either a legendary or a mythical seed.
12 sleepless hours later.
We should definitely now have a mythical seed or better, because it has been over 12 hours since I last saw my dogs. So I had a little sleep. I have come back, and this is what we have to show for ourselves. Corn, watermelon, skip all the silly ones, but this one right here is the one I want to focus on, the pepper seed. This is a divine seed, which is, I think, like the 6th best in the game. Okay, the 7th best seed in the game, which makes a lot of money, especially if they're gold with lots of mutations, like this right here. Orange tulip this size with 5 mutations. How much are we going to be able to get for this? 2.9 million. That is insane. How much for our bamboos as well? 800,000? Wow. So the tulip was worth a lot more than the bamboo. I never thought I'd say that. 338 carrot seeds. I don't think I'm going to be planting those, but I'll plant every single other seeds. And we'll wait for more seeds to come in, because we've still got a long way to $1 trillion. We're only like 0.25% done. So, yeah. We've still got a lot of money to make. So we're going to be needing some rare seeds. But hopefully that pepper seed should help quite a bit. Okay, there we go. Everything is placed down. We'll wait for all of that to grow, get mutated, and hopefully we should be making maybe hundreds of millions of dollars each time we sell our inventory, because these peppers right here, once they're fully grown, can be worth a lot of money, especially if they're big, maybe gold. If they're rainbow, that's even more money. So let's see if we can get any gear from the gear shop, preferably some sprinklers. The higher rarity the better, because if we can get like a godly sprinkler, then yeah, we can maybe produce some very big peppers, and there is no sprinklers in stock. Oh well, we'll get some watering cans. Let's fully grow pretty much everything. That is the pepper fully grown. The bamboo will fully grow anyway. What should we focus on? Probably the apple tree. And now that's fully grown as well. Perfect. We got 9 uses left. Let's just give the tomatoes a little bit of water. Maybe the pumpkins as well. Here you go. And now we're out of water. But it has been 24 hours since we have started this challenge, which means we do get an extra 2 golden labradors, which could turn this challenge around. But there's only one way to find out, and that is to place them and wait a few hours to see what they can get us. Well, in a few hours, they have done more than what I could have done sitting at the seed shop. They have managed to get us 1 burning bud seed. For reference, this burning bud seed is the 2nd best in the game. And that is all from Golden Labs in around 7 hours. That is insane. Not only have they got us 1 burning bud seed, they've also got us 2 sugar apple seeds, 1 beanstalk seed, 2 ember lily seeds, 1 pepper seed, and also 2 mango seeds. So yes, placing 2 extra down has definitely made this a lot easier and given us a lot rarer seeds. That is insane. I can't believe we've got the 2nd best seed in the game. Okay, well, let's get these all placed down because we still have a lot of money to make. So there's the burning bud. Let's place the pepper here. And there we go. That's all of those placed down. And all of those fully grown. And we have gone down in money, but that doesn't matter. It's only like 600,000 because we needed watering cans just to speed everything up. But as you can see, we have celestial peppers. Insane mutations on bamboo. So let's collect absolutely everything in this garden, whether it's mutated or not. And let's see how much money we can get for it. Hopefully, maybe like 50 million, if not more, but we can only hope and pray. Okay, well, there's backpack space number 1, and that is most of it, and that gets us 164 million. Wow. But it is still nowhere close to $1 trillion. We've got a long way to go. But now we have some of the most expensive crops in the game. That should be a little bit more simple, especially if we leave it AFK for quite a while and get a lot of mutations. Okay, backpack space number 2 fully done. This won't be as much. Yeah, 67,000. And the rest is probably not worth selling. So, we're going to go AFK. We're going to see how much we can get in maybe, let's say, 12 hours time. We should have fully mutated burning buds, fully mutated beanstalk, and also fully mutated everything in this garden. So, we might be looking at maybe 100 million, 200 million, or even close to $1 billion. Well, it's not close to $1 billion, but it is 43 million. I thought we would have got a lot more, but there wasn't many mutations. But that is not the main thing right now. The main thing is we now have another 1 ember lily seed and 2 beanstalk seeds. We've just got to keep building up this garden, and we can start like taking down all of these bad crops. Like the blueberries, the strawberries, the corn and tomatoes, they can all go. And we can start replacing them with the most expensive seeds in the game. We can place down our 2 beanstalk seeds over here. Probably going to take up that whole patch by themselves. Our ember lily seed can go here. Our mushroom. 8 apple seeds. Wow. And last but not least, our 2 cactus seeds. And now it's time to play the waiting game once again. Because our dogs have got to get to work. Have got to get us more seeds. And our plants have got to grow and mutate. Hopefully this time there'll be a lot more weather events like the shocked event, celestial. That right there would make us a lot of money. What seed has he just got us? Another cactus seed. Let's go. Well, we don't just have 1 cactus anymore. We now have 2 extra seeds from our golden lab. And it looks like we have got plenty of weather events. Not just 1, not just 2, but a lot. Look at the color of the beanstalks. Well, we have managed to get ourselves 1 pepper seed, 1 sugar apple seed, 2 grape seeds, 2 cactus seeds, 2 mango seeds, 2 dragon fruit seeds, 2 cacao seeds, a beanstalk seed, and also 1 mushroom seed. And a lot of other seeds, but not in the category that we want. We want the best, most expensive seeds in the world. So, let's get these all placed down. And now we can collect absolutely everything. Why have we got a giant apple tree as well? That's the least of our issues. Okay, look at this. The peppers. This mutations. Where is it? Holy, that's a lot. Okay, well, hopefully this time we can get more than $100 million for our whole garden. I'm definitely hoping it's closer to maybe $1 billion than $1 million. And our first inventory is worth 268 million. That is definitely more than all of our inventories before combined. Wow. We are on the correct path, but we still have a very long way to go. We're not even 1% of the way there yet. Well, that is everything collected. How much have we made in total? We've gone from $100 million all the way up to $750 million. That is 3/4 of the way to $1 billion. But still, less than 1% to our total goal. We have still got an insanely long way to go. Wow, we have some of the best plants in the game, and we still are struggling to get to that $1 trillion mark. But that is because we haven't invested in sprinklers and got massive fruits like massive burning buds, massive beanstalks. So, the next step of this plan is to get every single sprinkler, which was very easy thanks to our enormous bank account. We now have 216 basic, 55 advanced, 29 godly, and 3 master sprinklers, so we can now grow some of the most expensive and the biggest fruit in the game. But just take a look at this garden. This is insane. I have been AFK for maybe a few days now, so we should have a few good seeds. And we definitely do. 5 grape seeds, 2 sugar apples, 3 beanstalks, 3 burning buds, 2 giant pinecone seeds, which are both worth $45 million each. and are currently the best seeds in the game down here. Surprisingly, we didn't get any more burning buds, I don't think. Oh, no, we did. We got 3 burning buds. Okay, I take that back. But we didn't get any ember lilies. That's all right, though. Because our main goal was to get sprinklers, and we have now done that. So let's collect everything in this garden. And after selling everything, we have gone from 182 million all the way up to almost $2 billion. That is insane. So it is now time to get all of these into one close area, spam a load of the sprinklers, and wait for the biggest fruit to grow. So now we have our trails. We do still have a few plants that don't need to be here, like the apple trees and also the dragon fruit trees. And then we can move everything really close to each other, but not before we place all of our new seeds down. So let's start off with the grape seeds, and we're going to put them all in the middle of one plot right here. Okay, so there's the grapes, there's the sugar apples, and every single other really expensive seed, all in one confined spot. So we can get some sprinklers down and also some water. So now they're all grown. Let's move everything close to all of these. We have our giant pine cones. Look at those. Wow. This may take a while. And it definitely did take a while, but look at that. That is one big mess. But that is what we are looking for. So our master sprinkler can now reach most of the plants as long as we can actually get it in there. So let me try and wiggle my way through. And then we can place all of our sprinklers. And then we can try and collect every single plant that is now grown again. And wait for them to become massive. And the sprinklers seemed to have done their job. Look at the size of those burning buds. They are some very, very big burning buds. We have some very big sugar apples, some very big peppers, and a lot of other fruits. But the only way we'll actually be able to tell what we have is by splitting them all back up. So let me do that real quick. And after doing that, we can now kind of see what we have. We have a lot of big sugar apples, a very big grape. And I have just noticed this. This right here is a pepper. This plant is a giant pepper. Look at the size of that. That's quite a big pepper down there. And this is a giant pepper. But we have some of the biggest fruits I have ever seen in this game. We've got rainbow fruit. We've got gold fruit. And we've got humongous fruit. Look at the size of that pine cone. But these are still not going to be worth anywhere near to $1 trillion that we need to end this challenge. So we're going to need a lot of mutations. I mean, shocked, frozen, celestial, everything that you can think of we need on these. And I don't even know if that will make us 1 trillion. We will just have to wait and find out. I'm not even too sure the price of one of these burning buds. Let me have a look. I do have some magnifying glass. Which one is the biggest? Definitely this one up here. 1.8 million. Okay. What about the gold one? There it is over there. 14 million. Okay, if that's shocked, that's a 250x, which makes that then worth $3.5 billion. And with a load of other mutations stacked on top, that could be worth maybe hundreds of billions. We'll just have to wait and see. So let me give it a few days, and I'll be back to see how much money we have made. And hopefully, it will hit that 1 trillion mark. But we can only hope and pray. But of course, if we do fail, we do have another 2 master sprinklers and a lot of the others. So we can for sure get this over and over again.
2,000 years later.
And it has been days. We have been AFKing, mutation grinding, getting loads of seeds. I actually haven't looked at the seeds yet, but we have 5 pepper seeds, 2 beanstalk seeds, another giant mango seed, 8 ember seeds, 3 cow seeds, 4 seeds, and 1 sugar apple seed. And that is barely scratching the surface. We have ourselves 4,979 carrot seeds. Who in their right mind needs that many? No one. But that is not what we're here for. We are here to find out whether we have hit that 1 trillion mark. And look at our garden. The amount of mutations that we have. It is lagging my game. So let's collect everything. Let's sell everything. And hopefully we hit the 1 trillion mark or have come close. But we do have another 2 master sprinklers if we need to grow another load of giant plants. And there is backpack space number 1. We've almost done half of our garden. But on the left half is where the plants get insane. So I'm not expecting too much from this side. But hopefully, it's maybe a couple of billion, if not tens of billions. And it is $24 billion. but that is nowhere close to 1 trillion. We are still going to need a lot of plants. And there is backpack space number 2. And this time we have the massive burning buds. Look at these. Oh my word. So I'm expecting a lot more than $20 billion from this inventory. If we don't get anywhere near hundreds of billions, I'm going to be very, very shocked. Please. Oh my words. Only 8 billion. Okay, burning buds are not good for money. And that is everything collected. And from previous expectations, I am not expecting much money. But it would be nice to maybe get 100 billion because this has been a long, long challenge. And we only got 3 billion. We're nowhere near even half of 100 billion, let alone $1 trillion. Okay, I'm going to have to do some serious off-camera grinding. I'm going to be using all of these sprinklers. I'm going to be waiting for days to get everything mutated. So first we'll plant down all of the seeds. And we will now get to growing everything, making them all big, mutating them, selling them, and eventually getting that $1 trillion. Oh wow, I'm in for a long ride ahead of me.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
And after days of hard work, sitting and waiting for everything to get mutated and using loads of sprinklers, we are now at the 850 billion mark, which means we should only need to grow everything in this garden one more time, wait for it to get mutated, sell it, and we should hit that 1 trillion mark. Let's go. But is it going to actually be this time, or are we going to have to do this a couple more times? We are about to find out. I have got myself another master sprinkler. Oh, wait. I don't have a master sprinkler. I forgot to get one. Okay, let me get one of those quickly. And now we have some master sprinklers. We can get everything in this garden picked up, and then we can attempt to place down the sprinklers. I don't know if this is going to be possible due to the amount of plants that there are. Let me squeeze in here, please. Let me get a master sprinkler placed down there. A godly, an advanced, and a basic. Then let me get out of it. And let's place a master sprinkler on the other side of the plot as well. Right about in here. Also godly, advanced, and basic. And now that those are placed down, we can go around the outside, use up the rest of our sprinklers, because hopefully we are not going to be requiring any more of these. And now everything is grown and everything is giant. Look at the size of some of these things. We've got massive sugar apples once again. Massive burning buds and massive giant pine cones. But these on their own are probably only going to make us at the most a couple 100 million, and we need over $100 billion. So we're gonna have to wait for these to get all mutated with mutations like shocked, celestial, and any mutations that we can hope of. And hopefully it would make us that $1 trillion mark. Because if it doesn't, we've got to do this all over again, and it takes forever. Well, after waiting a few days for everything to get mutated, we then sold it, and we are now up to $900 billion. The only issue is my footage has corrupted for that one, so we are still waiting for our next batch of crops to get mutated, and then we can hopefully finally sell them and hit that $1 trillion mark.
2,000 years later.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think it is time. Look at this garden. This has been my longest AFK session yet. It's been almost a week just for this one garden to be AFK'd. And we have some insane mutations. And I'm pretty sure everything is shocked, which is very, very good. So it is that time again to collect absolutely everything in here. Do we have any harvest tools? No. Okay, let me go and grab some of those quickly. Thank you very much. That's 90 million, but hopefully we're not 90 million short, or we have just messed up. So we'll get our harvest tools and let's get to work. Okay, backpack space number 1. This is majority beanstalks. So I'm expecting quite a decent paycheck right here. How much is it going to be though? Let's have a look. $53 billion. Oh yeah, that is halfway to our 1 trillion mark. This is going good already. I like this. Okay, backpack space number 2. And that gets us 135 billion. Oh my word, we've done it. We've hit the 1 trillion mark. Let's go. Look at that. 1,000 billion shekels. Yes. Finally, it's done. But we still have so much more to collect. So let's see what our final amount is going to be. We may have AFK'd for a little bit too long. but it's no harm in that. And there we go then. That is everything collected from our garden. And it is time to see what our final amount is going to be. Here we go. How much? 1 billion just for that. So we have almost got 1,100 billion shekels. I'm happy to say that that was a great success. It may have taken a few weeks to record, but I hope you did enjoy. And if you did enjoy this video, then you will definitely enjoy this video that I have to offer for you. This was one of my most exciting videos I've ever recorded, so go and check it out.